Elementary school kids, obviously, even the most typical stable family, young kids are emotional, are obviously they're fun and enjoyable, but they also can react suddenly. They can be stubborn. They can have difficulties. All this kind of stuff. All that is, multiplied by 100 with our kids, with the kids who are adopted or traumatized and abandoned and whatnot. And so, what the PSR process is limiting the response rate from the parent. We don't get excited. We don't get upset. We don't get frustrated. We don't take it personally. A lot of our kids refuse to take a shower or bath for 3, 4, 5, 6 days in a row. Are happy. The rooms are an absolute mess. Clothes are everywhere, and that's even on the good days. Things get knocked over. Things get stolen. Food gets. You find 3-month-old sandwiches in between mattresses, things like that. And we've been so programmed as parents to immediately react and apply a top-down discipline, consequences over and over again. But what's so amazing in our child trauma world is that consequences don't work. And that's good or bad consequences. And it's really hard for us as parents to understand that everything we've been brought up in a world where consequences is everything. You give an incentive and you get a carrot for being good, and you get some penalty for being bad. But with our kids, that doesn't work because they haven't developed that trust bond. And so what they need instead of consequences is consistency, is relationship, is support, is not being yelled at, not being punished. And through the positive, safe relationships, what we're doing is we're relating to them. And when you have that horrible room, when you won't take a shower, we're not going to get upset. We're going to have a conversation. It's going to be an opportunity to have a conversation. Let the child help make a decision, have a call, a say in the world. My kids, when they first came home to our house, would eat out of the trash can, would eat off the floor. It was horrifying because no one tells us these things. But boy, we didn't yell at them. We didn't scream at them. It was a matter of, this is what we do. The food is available. And eventually they began to learn over time that scarcity of food isn't an issue in their life anymore. They don't have to hoard because they're going to have food. It's going to be consistent. It's not going to be used as a penalty. Not going to be used as a reward either. It's just there. And so I guess to some extent, some answers to the question for the little ones is they're much more likely to have the fight or flight responses more quickly, to test us, to tell us on one end that they love us, but on the other hand, they don't love us because they don't feel loved because their primary caregiver had abandoned them. They're afraid to trust. So they'll do some mean things on one end, and they're not purposely testing us, but they can't help it. And so what we have to do is apply the approach. Every day is the same day. They're not going to get in trouble. We're going to go through this together, and every incident is an opportunity for further relationship.